Cebu Governor Hilario P. Davide III and Provincial Board Member Miguel Antonio Magpale led the turnover ceremony of the two classroom building in barangays Maghanoy and Mantayupan in Barili town last Friday, February 12. Each classroom cost 2 million pesos and is erected in Barili town's far-flung villages. Davide and Vice Governor Agnes A. Magpale has included education as among the top priorities under the administration's 6 key development agenda, with efforts aimed at giving decent classrooms and access to education to far-flung barangays. From 2017 to 2018, the Cebu provincial government constructed 88 classrooms across the province with more than 500 million pesos spent for countryside infrastructure projects such as road concreting, technical and vocational centers, trading posts, material recovery facilities, evacuation and multipurpose centers, water systems, improvement of municipal and barangay edifices, and health and daycare centers. During the ceremony, Davide said that giving out more projects to far-flung villages is among his top agenda since these are the most needed developments for Cebuanos. Davide also led the groundbreaking ceremony of a 13 million peso bridge in Barangay Kapkaban, a remote barangay of Barili. Davide and Provincial Board Member Magpale also went to Aluguinsan and Barili for the distribution of cash incentives to barangay workers, which amounted to 3.1 million pesos. Board Member Magpale said that even if he represents the 5th District, there are programs and projects that are implemented for the whole province that need approval by the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Davide and Board Member Magpale also distributed machineries and inputs to farmers' organizations in Barili amounting to 310,000 pesos. Griselda Sanchez, Capital Consultant for Barangay Affairs, joined the capital officials in Barili as they personally handed out the incentives to the barangay workers. Also present in the events were municipal officials led by Mayor Cesar Ignacius Moreno of Aluguinsan and Acting Mayor Jeremias Aguilar of Barili. The Cebu provincial government distributed a total of 2.970 million pesos in cash incentives to barangay workers and inaugurated a 110 million worth of newly concreted road in Carmen town and Danao City on Tuesday, February 5. Cebu Governor Hilario P. Davide III and Vice Governor Agnes A. Magpale also met with the youth of Carmen for the province-wide youth caravan. Davide and Magpale first visited Carmen, where they distributed the cash incentives to 547 barangay health workers, animal health aid, nutrition scholars, tanods, daycare workers, and lupong tagapamayapa at the municipal gym. Magpale told the village workers in Danao and Carmen town that there will be an increase of cash incentives for this year. Magpale also dispels rumor that the distribution of cash incentive was stopped, saying the report is fake news. The Vice Governor explained that there is just a delay in the distribution of the cash incentives due to the number of barangays in Cebu province. For his part, Davide assured that all cash incentives for the barangay workers will be distributed before the campaign period. Carmen Mayor Martin Gerard Villamor and other town and barangay officials were present during the distribution of cash incentives. Villamor thanked the capital officials for providing the incentives to the village workers of Carmen. After the cash distribution, Davide and Magpale headed the inauguration of the 3.2-kilometer Kukun-Kantumog Corte Road in Carmen. The road project, which consisted of 2 phases, was worth 110 million pesos. Of this amount, 38.437 million pesos was funded by the provincial government, while the rest was through the help of some senators. Provincial Board Member Miguel Antonio Magpale joined Davide, Magpale, and Villamor during the ribbon-cutting ceremony. In Danao City, there are a total of 1,172 barangay workers who received their cash incentive. Danao Mayor Ramon Nito Durano III, Vice Mayor Thomas Mark Mix Durano and board member Jude Tadios Durano Sebeco, together with the other city officials and barangay captains, graced the events. All barangay health workers, nutrition scholars, and daycare workers received 2,400 pesos each, while tanods and lupons each got 1,500 pesos. Cebu Governor Hilario P. Davide III and Vice Governor Agnes A. Magpale led the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of the 20-story resource center at the Capitol compound on Monday, February 18. Davide said that the building, which will sit in the old Bureau of Agriculture Extension or BAEX, located at the rightmost portion of the Capitol compound, is a bold project seen to improve the services of the provincial government. Aside from becoming a potential source of income to fund the province's projects, the resource center will also help decongest the old Capitol building. At present, the LGU has a workforce of more than 3,700 personnel, including the 16 Capitol-run hospitals, compared to its size 50 years ago. As more spaces become a necessity, Capitol officials pursued the construction of the project. Capitol officials also assured the Cebuanos and the taxpayers that they will not bear the brunt of paying the loan. Provincial Budget Officer Danilo Rodas said that within the 10-year period, the Capitol would be able to pay the loan and interest as the project is economically viable.
I can say in all honesty, and I can look at everybody in the eye, when I said in that big tarpaulin, natuman ang among tanang saad ni Governor Junjun Davide.
I'd like to thank all of you for supporting this, and once more, I know na kung any beneficial yun makata sa ato ng Cebu na
Among the features of the upcoming building include an energy-saving system, efficient waste reduction system, solar panels, and an in-house waste sewage management facility. One floor will also be dedicated for the Emergency Operations Center of the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office or PDRMO, with state-of-the-art equipment for province-wide monitoring of early warning system for natural calamities. The building will also have a built-in accelerometer that measures seismic activity caused by earthquakes. It will also have convenient access and walkways for persons with disabilities and nursing stations for breastfeeding mothers. Joining Davide and Magpale in the ceremony were representatives of the Development Bank of the Philippines, A.S. Enriquez Engineering Consultancy, Capital Department heads, as well as Mayor Emerito Calderon of Sambuan and Acting Mayor Jeremias Aguilar of Barili Town. 12 scholars under the Paglaum program of the Cebu Provincial Government left for Pyeongchang in Gangwon Province, South Korea on February 14 for a 5-day leadership training. Provincial Women's Commission consultant Heda Largo said the 12 Paglaum scholars were selected from the 7 districts of the province. Largo added that the Cebu Provincial Government received an invitation from the South Korean government for a leadership training for the youth. She said the scholars will be back in Cebu on February 21. Aside from the 5-day training, Largo shared that the scholars will also have a whole-day tour in Pyeongchang. At present, the province has over 1,300 Paglaum scholars. Since only 12 can travel to South Korea, Largo said 2 representatives per district were chosen among the youth presidents through a draw by lot. She added that they chose the presidents to be sent there, so when they come back, they will be more assertive as a leader. She added that the Korean government will shoulder the expenses for the airfare, room accommodation, and food, while the capital will provide for the winter coat and allowances. Last year, all the Paglaum scholars underwent a leadership training from September to November. Another leadership training designed for the leaders of every town was conducted by the Ramon Aboitiz Foundation Incorporated last January 30, 31, and February 1 this year. The Cebu Provincial Anti-Drug Abuse Office or CPADAO shared the procedures of the plea bargaining agreement in drug cases during the week-long scorecard district conference of Sugbo Contra Droga program held at the Capitol Social Hall on Wednesday, February 20. CPADAO Chief Ivy Durano said that aside from orienting the members of the Municipal Anti-Drug Abuse Councils over the scorecard for the 5th-year evaluation of SUCOD, they also made effort to impart the salient features of the plea deal. This is in compliance with the order of the Supreme Court following its ruling in the case involving Salvador Estepona versus Legazpi City Regional Trial Court. Even before the extensive anti-illegal drugs campaign of President Rodrigo Duterte, Cebu Governor Hilario P. Davide III supported the CPADAO's initiatives to strengthen its local campaign against the pervading illegal drug trade in Cebu Province.
Those PDLs no, nga naa sa BGMP, in relation to drug cases, they have an option to plea bargain. No? Once they will admit, maubos to ang ilahang sanction sa ilahang sentence.
Durano also explained that the move, which stemmed from a framework released by the High Court, is important to enable drug offenders to avail themselves of the arrangement where they can lobby to lower their prison terms. In the framework, according to Durano, if the accused was charged with violation of Section 11 of Republic Act RA 9165 for possession of dangerous drugs where the quantity is less than 5 grams of shabu with a penalty of 12 years and 1 day to 20 years in prison and a fine ranging from 300,000 to 400,000, the accused may plea bargain to a violation of Section 12 on possession of equipment, instrument, apparatus, and etc. with a penalty of 6 months and 1 day to 4 years in prison and a fine ranging from 10,000 to 50,000 pesos. This also applies to charges of possession of less than 5 grams cocaine, morphine, opium, heroin, and less than 300 grams of marijuana, Durano said. Durano added that the plea bargaining agreement does not apply to illegal drug charges where the imposable penalty is life imprisonment or death. The plea deal is also not allowed under Section 5 of Republic Act 9165 or the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act that penalizes the sale, trading, administration, dispensation, delivery, distribution, and transportation of all kinds of dangerous drugs.
Once DOH will make the assessment of the PDL through the drug dependency examination or through the assist BI, from there ma-assist ang level of addiction sa usa ka PDL. From there, ma-classify na siya low risk ba siya, moderate or high risk or severe. So ang katong mga severe nga mga PDL will go or will be enrolled to a rehabilitation center run by a government.
The progress report, according to Durano, will become the basis of the court's decision to release the offender. The Cebu province will send a bigger delegation for the regional leg of the Batang Pinoy National Championship set on February 23 to March 2 in Iloilo City. Cebu Provincial Sports Commission Executive Director Ramil Abing said the capital wants to increase its chances of attaining the top 5 in the multi-sporting event that includes out-of-school youth. In last year's Batang Pinoy National Championship, the Cebu province placed 6 out of the 155 local government units seeing action in the Philippine Sports Commission's organized tournament held in Baguio City. The Cebuanos rounded out the meet with a total harvest of 22 gold, 10 silver, and 21 bronze medals despite the lean delegation of more than 150 athletes.